of MU. Our story is not a mystery. MUur is amore, by Ali A. El Amin. By the etymology of the word Mar, what does it mean? Lemuria was the land and we Moors are the indigenous people of the land. There is no government or society that predates ours. We are the first. We populated this entire planet and through us came all that is. This is not hate, but on the contrary, it is supreme love. We as indigenous peoples of Moorish descent have been robbed of our knowledge of self, who and what we are to the earth and all of its inhabitants. We are the parents, we are the progenitors, blood relations to all of the aboriginal. Simple science bears witness to the fact that all life begins in total triple darkness. To the so-called black, red, brown, and yellow, man, we are blood, we are one. Through the use of artful words, 99% of the world's population is in bondage, and the shocking part is, they know not. At the conclusion of the instructions on how to make a Negro, its author stated that, once the slave masters the language, all of our secrets will be revealed and they, slaves, would no longer exist on the level of a slave. To give an example of this knowledge and how it can be useful, I offer the following text from lostfeather.com. American. The term American according to U.S. history was supposedly taken from the Italian navigator, Amerigo Vespucci. The truth is that the term, America, is a two-part word, Amur, taken from the French word, Moor, which were the inhabitants of West Africa, Morocco, Mali. These Africans were also referred to as Mar, Moor, and Morenos in Spain to mean black. The term Moor is the root word of the Latin term amor, which means beloved, and was the term used in reference to the Moroccan kings who sailed via Spain and became religious leaders of the Vatican. The original Vatican priesthood was African. Catholic equals cat, holistic or holy cat of Egypt, symbolized by the Sphinx. The Moroccan priesthood oversaw the papal government. The term Rika derived from the Middle English word rik to mean power realm. Power was determined by bloodline and by wealth, thus the term rich or reich, and referred to the wealthy Moroccans that was depicted in the films Casablanca and The King and I. The term American literally refers to the early inhabitants of this land who wore gold in their noses. Indian. The term Indian was first coined by Christopher Columbus during his first journey in 1492. Columbus was under the impression that when he arrived in the Bahamas, he was in the East Indies. When Columbus encountered Arawaks, he referred to them as Indians because their skin color and hair texture was similar to that of Hindu people of Asia. The term Indian only applies to inhabitants of the country India, not the indigenous people of America. Today, the term Indian is officially used as a term of determination by the United States federal government. However, there is really no clear and concise definition for the term when it deals with classification and tribal eligibility. Native American. The term native is from the Middle English word natif, which means belonging to a particular place by birth. It is a misconception that the term Native American refers to the so-called American Indian. The truth is that anyone born in America is a Native American, but not necessarily an American Indian. Mind blown? Indigenous. The term indigenous means native, coming from the Latin word indigena. The difference between indigenous and native is that native refers to residence while indigenous refers directly to ethnicity. Within the word indigenous is the word gene, which means to give birth or freeborn. American citizen. The term American citizen refers to person or inhabitant of a city or town who is entitled to the rights and privileges of a free man. American citizens must be entitled or granted the various rights of the nation, but not necessarily the same rights as an indigenous or native. These people must become members of the United States and in most cases withdraw their membership with their birth nation. Illegal alien. The term illegal alien refers to the persons of another country who is not naturalized or granted citizenship while living in America. Europeans are true illegal aliens. The Europeans migrated to America and proclaimed themselves as Americans and did not go through the legal government process of naturalization. They simply took their citizenship by force. These Moors were the people who built the Great Pyramids all over South America, Peru, Canada, Alaska, and Georgia, that scattered all throughout North America along the Mississippi River and its tributaries are found mounds built out of tons and tons of earth. The people who built them were called the mound builders, and they were the descendants of the Mali and Moor Olmecs. These Moors eventually migrated to North America from Mexico and became known as Washita, Yamasee, and the Ben Ismael tribe. The Ben Ismael tribe was a collection of what is now known as Lenape, Wampanoag, and Nanticoke Indians who migrated to Indiana and Illinois and referred to themselves as Moors, even though the United States government continued to classify them as Negroes in order to strip them of their indigenous rights.